Imagine standing in the eye of a storm. Around you, chaos swirls. Urgent emails flood your inbox, your phone buzzes with endless notifications, and that impossible deadline inches closer by the minute. Your colleague just threw you under the bus in the morning meeting, and your biggest client is threatening to walk. Your heart races, your mind spins, and that familiar knot of anxiety tightens in your stomach. Now, imagine something different. Imagine maintaining absolute clarity and calm in this exact same situation. Not through denial or detachment, but through a deeper understanding of what truly matters. This isn't just a fantasy. It's the reality that ancient Stoic wisdom can help us achieve in our modern workplace. Welcome to today's journey into the heart of Stoic philosophy at work. I'm about to show you how the teachings of ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, who ran the entire Roman Empire, can transform your professional life from a source of stress into a platform for growth and fulfillment. But before we dive deep into the practical strategies, let me share a story that changed my entire perspective on workplace challenges. 3 years ago, I witnessed a CEO handle a crisis that would have broken most leaders. Our company had just discovered a major flaw in our flagship product, one that affected thousands of customers. The media was circling, our stock was plummeting, and panic was spreading through the office like wildfire. Yet this leader did something remarkable. Instead of succumbing to the chaos, he gathered the entire company and said something I'll never forget. We cannot control what has happened, but we have absolute control over how we respond. This is not our end. This is our defining moment. That's when I first understood the true power of Stoic principles in the workplace. Today, I'm going to share with you the exact framework that can help you transform any workplace challenge into an opportunity for growth. We'll explore how to handle difficult colleagues, navigate office politics, make tough decisions, and build a career that aligns with your deepest values, all while maintaining unshakable inner peace. Let's begin with the foundation of Stoic workplace wisdom: understanding the true nature of professional challenges. In the modern workplace, we often fall into what I call the control trap. We exhaust ourselves trying to control things that are fundamentally outside our influence, while neglecting the immense power we have over our own responses and actions. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed at work. Perhaps it was a harsh criticism from your boss, a project that went sideways, or a promotion that went to someone else. The Stoics would argue that none of these external events have the power to disturb your inner peace, unless you grant them that power. Marcus Aurelius, who dealt with the ultimate workplace pressure of running an empire, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a practical framework for maintaining composure in the face of modern workplace chaos. Consider Sarah, a marketing director I worked with. She used to spend sleepless nights worrying about competitor actions, market trends, and potential future scenarios, all things outside her control. After learning about Stoic principles, she developed what she calls her sphere of influence practice. Every morning she takes 5 minutes to draw 2 circles, one containing everything she can control that day, and one containing everything she can't. This simple practice has transformed her effectiveness and reduced her stress levels dramatically. But this is just the beginning. The workplace is a perfect laboratory for practicing Stoic principles because it presents us with constant challenges, relationships to navigate, and opportunities for growth. As we continue, I'll show you how to apply specific Stoic techniques to the most common workplace challenges, from dealing with difficult colleagues to making high-stakes decisions. Before we dive into these practical applications, let's explore what I call the Stoic career compass. 4 fundamental questions that can guide every professional decision you make. These questions have helped countless leaders and professionals navigate their careers with wisdom and purpose, and they're about to transform how you approach your work life. The Stoic Career Compass consists of 4 essential questions that can transform your professional journey. First, is this within my control? Second, does this align with my virtues? Third, what would the wise person do? And fourth, how does this serve others? These questions, drawn from ancient Stoic wisdom, provide a framework for navigating every professional challenge you'll face. Let's explore how James, a senior project manager at a tech startup, used these questions to handle a situation that would have previously sent him into a spiral of stress and anxiety. His team was falling behind on a crucial project, key team members were considering leaving, and stakeholders were becoming increasingly demanding. Instead of succumbing to panic, James applied the Stoic Career Compass. First, he identified what was within his control: his response to the situation, his communication with the team, and his strategy for moving forward. He couldn't control market conditions, stakeholder emotions, or his team members' personal decisions. This clarity alone reduced his stress significantly. Next, he examined whether his potential responses aligned with his core virtues of honesty, excellence, and service to others. This led him to make the brave decision to be completely transparent with both his team and stakeholders about the challenges they faced. The third question, what would the wise person do, prompted him to seek counsel from mentors and study how successful leaders had handled similar situations in the past. This broader perspective helped him develop a more comprehensive solution to the crisis. Finally, by asking how his actions could best serve others, James shifted his focus from his own stress to the needs of his team and stakeholders. This perspective shift led to innovative solutions that not only saved the project, but strengthened team relationships. Now, let's tackle one of the most challenging aspects of professional life: dealing with difficult colleagues. The Stoics had a particularly powerful perspective on this. Epictetus said, "When you're offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger." This insight provides the foundation for what I call the Stoic approach to professional relationships. Consider the case of Amanda, a talented analyst who was struggling with a particularly difficult colleague who seemed determined to undermine her at every turn. The traditional advice might have been to confront the colleague or escalate the situation to HR. Instead, Amanda applied Stoic principles to transform the relationship. First, she practiced what the Stoics called negative visualization, imagining how much worse the situation could be. This helped her maintain perspective and gratitude for the aspects of her job that were working well. Then, she applied the principle of other perspective taking, attempting to understand what might be driving her colleagues' behavior. But here's where it gets really interesting. Instead of seeing her difficult colleague as an obstacle, Amanda began to view them as a teacher, someone who was giving her an opportunity to practice patience, understanding, and emotional resilience. This shift in perspective, drawn directly from Marcus Aurelius's teachings, completely transformed the dynamic. The result? Not only did the relationship improve, but Amanda developed valuable skills that accelerated her career progression. She learned to handle conflict with grace, to maintain composure under pressure, and to turn adversaries into allies, all through applying Stoic principles. But professional relationships are just one aspect of workplace challenges. Perhaps even more crucial is how we make decisions under pressure. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes particularly powerful. Let me share with you what I call the Stoic Decision Matrix, a framework that has helped executives and entrepreneurs make clear-headed decisions in even the most challenging circumstances. The Stoic Decision Matrix begins with a fundamental principle. Separate what you can control from what you can't, but take it several steps further. When facing a difficult decision, Stoic wisdom teaches us to evaluate it through three lenses: principle, consequence, and duty. Let me show you how this works in practice. Consider Michael, a CFO faced with a decision that could make or break his company's future. They had discovered an accounting irregularity that, if disclosed, would likely tank their stock price and potentially trigger layoffs. If kept quiet, it might never come to light. The pressure was immense, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Using the Stoic Decision Matrix, Michael first examined the principle. What would a person of character do in this situation? The answer was clear. Integrity demanded transparency. Next, he analyzed the consequences, not just immediate ones, but long-term implications for all stakeholders. Finally, he considered his duty, not just to shareholders, but to employees, customers, and society at large. The matrix led him to choose full disclosure, but with a comprehensive plan to address the issues and strengthen the company's financial controls. While the stock price did take a hit, something unexpected happened. The company's transparency actually increased long-term investor confidence, and they emerged stronger than before. This brings us to perhaps the most important application of Stoic philosophy in the workplace: leadership. The Stoics understood something profound about leadership that many modern theories miss. True leadership begins with self-leadership. As Seneca wrote, "If you would judge, understand." Before we can effectively lead others, we must first master ourselves. Let me introduce you to what I call the 5 pillars of Stoic leadership. These principles have been tested in boardrooms, startups, and multinational corporations, consistently producing remarkable results. The first pillar is lead from character, not circumstance. This means your leadership style should emerge from your core values, not react to external pressures. The second pillar is embrace the obstacle. Every challenge in your organization is an opportunity for growth and innovation. When Tesla faced production delays with the Model 3, Elon Musk didn't just solve the problem, he transformed the entire company's manufacturing approach. The third pillar is practice premeditation. Stoic leaders regularly contemplate potential challenges and prepare for them mentally and strategically. This isn't about worry or anxiety, it's about being prepared for any scenario. Fourth is maintain perspective. In the heat of a crisis, Stoic leaders can step back and see the bigger picture. They understand that today's crisis is tomorrow's lesson and next year's strength. The fifth pillar is serve with humility. Marcus Aurelius, despite being the most powerful man in the world, wrote about the importance of remaining humble and focused on service to others. Modern leaders who embrace this principle build stronger, more resilient organizations. But knowing these principles isn't enough. We need to put them into practice. Let me share with you the exact morning routine that successful leaders use to maintain their Stoic mindset throughout the day. It starts with what I call the leadership preparation ritual, a powerful practice that takes just 7 minutes, but can transform your entire workday. The leadership preparation ritual begins before you even step into the office. In those quiet morning moments, you'll practice what I call the 3 contemplations. First, visualize potential challenges you might face today. Instead of avoiding thoughts of what could go wrong, lean into them. Picture your most difficult meeting, your most challenging interaction, your biggest potential setback. But here's the key. See yourself responding with wisdom, patience, and strategic clarity. Second, remind yourself of your core principles. What kind of leader, colleague, or professional do you want to be today? This isn't about setting goals, it's about setting intentions for your character. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Third, practice gratitude, not the superficial kind, but deep appreciation for the challenges that will help you grow. This shifts your mindset from seeing problems as burdens to viewing them as opportunities for development. Throughout your workday, you'll want to implement what I call Stoic micro-practices. Small but powerful habits that maintain your philosophical foundation under pressure. When you receive a challenging email, pause for 3 breaths before responding. When a colleague criticizes your work, silently thank them for the opportunity to practice humility and resilience. When a project fails, immediately ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Let me share the story of Lisa, a startup founder who transformed her company's culture by implementing these practices. Every morning, her leadership team begins with a brief Stoic reflection. They discuss one principle and how it applies to their current challenges. The result? Improved decision-making, better stress management, and stronger team cohesion. Now, let's address one of the most crucial aspects of professional life: managing stress and preventing burnout. The Stoics understood something profound about stress. It's not the events themselves that drain us, but our reactions to them. They developed specific techniques for maintaining mental energy and emotional equilibrium under pressure. I call this the Stoic energy management system. It starts with understanding your true sources of energy depletion. Most professionals think they're exhausted by their workload, but often it's their emotional reactions and mental patterns that truly drain them. By applying Stoic principles, you can maintain high performance without burning out. Consider the practice of compartmentalization with awareness. This isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring problems. It's about choosing when and how to engage with challenges. When faced with a setback, acknowledge it, learn from it, then consciously set it aside until you can take meaningful action. As we wrap up our journey through Stoic workplace wisdom, let's address the ultimate question: how do we measure success? The Stoics would argue that true professional success isn't about titles, salaries, or recognition. Though these may come as byproducts, real success is about maintaining your principles while achieving meaningful results. Remember our CEO from the beginning? The product crisis that could have destroyed the company? By applying these Stoic principles, not only did they navigate the crisis successfully, but they emerged stronger, with deeper customer trust and a more resilient organization. As you leave this session, I want you to remember one crucial truth. The workplace will always present challenges. There will always be difficult colleagues, impossible deadlines, and unfair situations. But with Stoic wisdom as your foundation, these challenges become opportunities for growth, learning, and demonstrating true leadership. Your journey into Stoic professional wisdom starts now. Begin with the leadership preparation ritual tomorrow morning. Choose one principle we've discussed and apply it consciously throughout your day. Notice how it affects your decisions, your relationships, and your peace of mind. Your journey into Stoic wisdom at work has just begun. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. And now, you stand at a powerful crossroads. Will you continue exploring these transformative principles that have guided humanity's greatest leaders through their most challenging moments? If you're new to our Stoic Victory series, I invite you to begin at the foundation. Our first episodes, carefully curated in our Foundations of Stoicism playlist, will guide you through the essential principles that make everything we discuss today even more powerful. From understanding the core tenets of Stoic philosophy to mastering your emotional responses, each episode builds upon the last, creating a comprehensive framework for personal transformation. And for those ready to dive deeper, our journey continues with fascinating explorations ahead. In our next episode, we'll discover how Stoic principles can transform your closest relationships, helping you build deeper connections while maintaining unwavering inner peace. we'll explore how Marcus Aurelius navigated complex family dynamics while ruling an empire, and how these same principles can help you create more meaningful relationships in your modern life. Beyond that, we'll journey into advanced Stoic practices that few have mastered. From the art of strategic discomfort to the power of philosophical journaling, each episode brings you closer to what Seneca called the good life, a life of purpose, resilience, and inner strength. Remember, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a path to transformation. By subscribing to our channel, you're not just following content, you're joining a community of modern practitioners who are applying these timeless principles to create extraordinary lives. Thank you for sharing this journey with me today. If you found value in these insights, help us spread this ancient wisdom by liking this video and sharing it with someone who might need these powerful tools in their professional life. Until next time, remember, every challenge in your workplace is an opportunity to practice wisdom, show courage, and demonstrate true leadership. The path of the Stoic warrior awaits.